Hello everybody, hope you guys are doing well. So continuing on our journey, today we would be starting with observer pattern. We'll try to see um, what is the observer pattern and what do why do we need it and how it's implemented, and we'll see how the solid principles are getting um, how we are fulfilling the solid principles, and then we'll see first an example without the observer, and then we'll see without using observer what are we, like what problems are we landing in, and we'll see how to get rid of those. Okay, so the observer pattern. Okay, let's see. No uh, the first is basically we are going to see like what will happen if we don't use the observer pattern, right? And like what are the disadvantages of using the observer pattern, and then we'll see. So for okay, let's take for a real world example, right? Now first is basically we are going to have a notification system, right? This is, suppose you are using YouTube, right? And then so what you are going to do is so we are going to do YouTube, and then you are going to subscribe to this channel. So then you are going to have three things, right? Whenever the users is going to whenever the users or when so then will have something called as subscribers, right? So the people who are subscribing to your channel, and the moment they subscribe to that channel, what is going to happen is the moment you release a video, that all video should be, I mean the subscriber should be notified of the video very easily, right? And so what I'm going to suppose what I'm going to do is, right now we are not using any we are not using the pattern, right? So we will have a list of users here. So every time we release a video, what we'll have to do, so this, suppose this is a container of our subscribers, right? So we have our subscribers present in here. Subscribers. So the moment you release a video, subscribers, the moment we subscribe, yeah, this is a spelling mistake, I guess. Okay, that's okay. That's to be okay. Subscription is yeah. The moment they take a subscription, the moment they subscribe to our channel, so we will have a list of all the people who have subscribed to our channel, right? The moment we are going to release a new video, all the subscribers should automatically be notified about the new video that has come up, right? Suppose these are all of my subscribers, right? So they should be indirectly notified. So it's like a loop, right? That we are going to loop through, and then um, it's basically like a loop, right? Um, so what we are going to do is, so every time we have a video, we are going to loop through the array of subscribers, and then each of them is going to get the notification, right? And this is very easy when you are having less number of subscribers, right? Now what if we have like 1 million subscribers? So all of them we have to loop through that 1 million array, right? And we need to know all the people who have subscribed. Now for every upload we have to do the similar process, right? To see who has subscribed and to see who has not subscribed. So now what is happening here is my YouTube logic is becoming very tightly coupled to the subscribers, right? YouTube always needs to take care of who my subscriber is and what are the subscribers. I mean, who all have subscribed. So every time I go to YouTube, YouTube has to keep a track of all the subscribers that are channel to my that have that have subscribed to my channel. The moment I release a video, all of them have to be notified, right? So now every time this process has to be repeated for every upload. So then it's every time we have a new video coming up, every time we'll be looping through this array. So the drawback is YouTube has to track all the subscribers. So YouTube has to uh, track the subscribers. Now this is and the second disadvantage is every time I release a new video, I'll have to loop through the array every time we have a new video. Every time we release a new video, we are looping to the array. Right? So this is a very bad, right? So this is not performance optimized, right? Instead, so this is a nightmare in terms of scalability, right? So what if we are performing this looping through millions of people, right? It's going to take time to complete this looping and to send um, to send 1 million people notification, right? So like that is going to take time. What if we have 28 so the one big advantage of such system is that time, so it's a scalability issue, right? So what if the number of subscribers keep on increasing, then YouTube has to like there will be a downtime, right? So like it won't be notified to everyone instantly, right? So this is why we like this is a very bad thing, right? So the to to avoid this, what we would be and then there's one more thing, right? Every time YouTube has to check whether was there a new video being released. So YouTube has to spend time on checking or polling from my channel to see whether there is a new video that has come out. So assuming like this is very good for like if YouTube has only 4 5 channels, right? What if there are large number of systems? Again, if there is large number of channels, then again the biggest problem that we overcome, or that the biggest program that we see is scaling, right? Scaling becomes a very big issue because it's going to take time, right? So then the solution to this is we would use something called as an observer pattern, right? So now let's see how does the observer pattern solve this problem, and let's see how the what the pattern says and how are we doing and like what are we doing there. Now what does the observer pattern says? Now the observer pattern is saying is basically it's going to maintain a list of dependent objects observers and automatically notify them of any state changes, typically by calling one of their methods. In simple terms, when one object changes, all objects that depend upon that should be updated. So what we are saying is when there is a new video being launched, all people subscribed all people subscribed should automatically be notified that there is a new video that has come up. Now what this by doing this, how are we so like if we saw in the for loop example that there is two bigger issue, right? First is scaling, and second thing that we have is basically our polling, right? So now let's see. So what we do is first is basically we design as interface called as an observer. So this is my observer interface. So this is my observer interface. And then what are we doing is, the subject interface is something that we are going to monitor, right? So whenever there is an update, just pass in the update, right? Okay, the object being watched. So what am I watching? So basically, this is my channel. So the object pattern has two terminologies. One is as a subject, and other is the observer, right? So observer are those people who are going to get the notifications, or who should be notified when I have like when I have an update, right? Now what is going to happen here is, okay, but then doesn't it, um, so now I need to maintain three things over here, right? So first, basically, what we need to maintain is basically the registrar, like the number of people who are observing me. So all those details should be present in some location, right? Because without that I won't be able to work. So basically the register observer, that contains all the people who are going to see my channel. The next thing that I should have is basically notify the observer. So whoever is observing me, notify it. And now there is one more added feature that YouTube has, right? The moment you unsubscribe a channel, you don't get a notification, right? So I also need to keep a track of the removed observer. So I mean, if observer has left observing, then we shouldn't notify him. Otherwise, we are going to waste the time, right? Um, so what I'm going to do is basically, so basically, this is my subject, right? Okay. Now, so this is my interface. Now, so this will be an interface. This will be like a contract. So anyone who is observing this will have to adhere to the contract, right? So the physical observer is going to implement all of these three methods. So first it's going to have the registry, the notification, and then it's going to maintain a removal system, right? Okay, now okay, now these are the observers, right? Now, but who are the observers? So there will be a subscriber, right? This is my actual person who is going to subscribe. So um this is my subscriber, right? So this is going to implement this interface. But then okay, so subject are nothing but my observers, right? Well, I have defined my subject interface, and then public YouTube channel. Okay, no, this is, oh, so this is not my observer. So then the, okay, this, oh, I see what is happening is, yes, that intermediate YouTube channel that is going to keep a track of the subject. So let's have something to keep a track. So let's have this YouTube channel being present here. This is going to work on the so this is going to implement the subject interface, right? So the channel is going to keep a track. Instead of YouTube keeping a track, the YouTube channel has been designated to keep a track, right? First drawback is overcome. YouTube has to track subscribers. Now instead of YouTube tracking it, the channel is going to track it. Now second is basically, so there are a list of people you are going to observe, right? So then I'm going to have this observer class. These are my people who are going to observe for the notification. So then I'm going to observe this, and then what I'm going to do is, so let this be an interface to, and my subscriber is going to implement this interface. But then how is the subscriber going to get the notification? Now in this subscriber, I'll have three things, right? Basically, I'll have the name of the channel, and then the update, right? The update notification that is being sent to him. This is the observer, right? So how is the observer going to relate to? Uh, oh, so now what I'm going to pass is, but then this has to be an. Why am I passing the observer object here? Is this like a class or something? Okay, let's see a little bit more in detail. How is this observer pattern working? Let's see why are we doing this thing and what are we solving. Okay, the decorator pattern. No, we need to go to. Okay, let's go to observer. Observer. Okay, now the observer pattern. Now, don't miss out. Now, keeping your objects in no. We got a pattern that keeps our objects in no when something they might care about happens. Objects can even decide at runtime whether they want to be kept informed. The observer pattern is one of the most heavily used pattern in JDK and it's incredibly useful. Before we are done, we'll also look into relationship and loose coupling. Okay, with observer, you will be life of the patterns party. Okay, now let's see. Let's go to where are we? Let's let's search it again so that we have to. There is a specific problem that is going to solve. We'll see that. So let's. Uh, okay. So we did saw that duck dilemma, right? Uh, we need to see. Oh, we have pattern of patterns. Let's. We need to build the pattern from scratch, right? Okay, so what if there is a quackologist who would like to observe individual duck behavior? That leads to a pattern made for observing the behavior of objects called as the object pattern. First, we need remember that an observable is the object being observed. An observable needs method for registering, and so basically, what we are saying is this is my observer, right? So there are two things which are going to be here. One is what I'm going to observe, that is going to be my observable interface. So this is my observable thing, and then what I'm so in the remember an observable methods needs for registering and notifying the, so then I'll be having observers, right? People are going to observe. Okay, so then I'm going to have my observers present here. So what I'm going to do is, so every time I need, we could also have a method for reviewing observers, but will keep the implementation simple. Now, Quack observable is the interface that Quackable should implement if they want to be observed. So then, okay, so what are Okay, I'm not still getting. Wait, let's see. Building observable pattern from scratch. Building observable. Okay, now why are we putting it in an interface? So, like, why are we using an interface? The news agency had this. You could use only email subscriber if you want. Now with the interface. Okay. Now what is happening is uh let's see that YouTube example again, and let's try to understand why and how are we converting that code to the observer, right? Now imagine that we had a YouTube channel. So for example, this is my YouTube channel. Now what I need to maintain is people who are going to subscribe to my channel are my subscribers or the observers, right? This is my YouTube channel, and then there are going to be people who are going to subscribe to this. So then I'm going to have my subscribers present here. So then I'm going to have a subscriber. Now the subscriber should be notified of three things, right? Whenever there is, you can only use email. Okay. So basically, I need to create an array who keeps a track of all the subscribers, right? So then so what we are going to store here is, so there is no interface here. It's only storing array. So we are going to store all the names of my current subscriber, right? That is going to be present in an array. At the moment I get a new video here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop over through this. Now where this YouTube channel has to tell the subscriber, right? The subscriber shouldn't come into the channel. So then my YouTube channel also needs to keep a track of this array. So whenever I get a new video, I'll just loop through this array and notify each one of them independently, right? But then now there is certain special feature that I need to implement as well, right? So whenever my subscriber will unsubscribe me, so whenever I do my unsubscribe it, I will have to remove it, right? Remove from the list. So then I can say that, so whenever I have some unsubscribing some channel, that subscriber has to be removed. Subscriber has to be removed. So then the channel has to go to the array list, and then we need to create an array which is like smaller in size as compared to this, because now one subscriber has already left. So if this is, so let's say this is 0 1 2 3 and 4. Right now I'll be only having uh, so I'll be only having 0 1 2 and 3. So like one has gone, right? So this guy has gone, this guy has left my channel. Now first is, okay, I need to form this new array as well. Now moreover, what I need to do is, okay, so that new thing has come. There has to be one more thing that I need to do, right? So what I need to do, what is the other thing that I need to do? Removing is be done. That is my answer. When I'm unsubscribing it, right? Mm. The other thing is basically So that this will be stored somewhere, right? So that storing is something called as uh, registry. So I need to maintain this registry as well, and then I need to perform two things over here. I need to update the registry, and I need to keep a track as well. I need so this registry needs to keep a track of which channel registry it is. So we need to keep a track of three things here, right? First is has anyone has anyone left channel? That is one thing. The other thing is um so then this has to automatically update the array. And then the other thing I need to do here is uh, other thing is basically keep track, right? Okay. So now by doing this, what I have done is every YouTube channel will now this headache is going to be on YouTube, right? To maintain everything over here. This headache is going to be on YouTube. So that means if all this thing is going to be on YouTube, so the YouTube is tightly coupled, right? So then what I need to do is I need to remove this coupling and make this thing independent, and the moment there is the people who are observing the changes should automatically be known, right, that there is a change occurred. And no need to keep a track, right? So what I'm going to do here is uh, so decouple the source from its dependence, automatically notify all observers when the state changes, make a system more flexible and scalable. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decouple this thing. Here both of them are dependent, right? This YouTube and subscriber is tightly dependent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that tight coupling. So how should I do? Um, what is the observer pattern? Let's break down the observer pattern from ground up. The observer pattern which this subject. So how am I doing is what I'm going to do is you're going to uh, make a system how but then okay, this person who I'm observing is nothing but my subject, right? So I don't want all these methods to be present here, first thing. So what I do is I kind of implement a method. So okay, yeah. Now what I'm doing is so there is that tight coupling, right? I need to get rid of that. So then I implement three methods. Here you have register, unregister, and then notify. So whoever is going to subscribe to my channel, uh, is going to implement, or there is a generic that is looping over. Now I have a YouTube channel here. Mm, okay, let's see what's happening. Now I have a YouTube channel that comes in, and then okay, so this thing will be applicable to all YouTube channel, right? So then let's have different YouTube channel uh copying this method. So you have different channel. uh, so then this is like a common thing, right? Every YouTube channel will have this. This is one. Okay, I get this is what he's trying to do. Now what I will be doing is now every YouTube channel will have its own set of subscribers. So what I'm going to do is, this is my then I'm going to have a subscriber class. Subscriber like is the individual person. So then this is going to have two things. One is the name. The other is basically that notification thing, right? Notifying. And then this is my subscriber. Okay, so oh, these are the people who are going to observe. Okay, so now oh, these are linked to this so then suppose this channel is I'm an observer of this channel. I'm an observer here. So I'll have three methods inside me. So I'll have one is basically name. The other thing I'll have is notify. Now this is the actual subscriber who is subscribing me is going to implement this method. Now what have I done? Okay, firstly, YouTube is not tracking anything, right? So that headache of YouTube has gone. Now, second thing is every specific channel is going to implement a version of this. Now, how am I going to add in into that list? Uh, how is why are we passing observer instance? So we are basically passing. Oh, okay, okay. And this is my actual person who is subscribed, right? This is subscribed person, and then this is going to and this is going to have an so these in register what I'm going to basically implement is an array of all my observers. So how so this is going to implement this. I'm going to pass the instance in my channel. That observer list is basically what is going to have, right? Okay, like what if we okay, let's see. So the first thing, let's go back to the original problem that we are trying to solve. So I have YouTube. These are my notification. So these are my people who are subscribed. The main goal is I have three subscribers. So all three of them have to be notified whenever there is a um, the hardcode way would be to let's go here. So basically, this is YouTube keeping a track of. So I have YouTube here. So right now the concept of channel has not come in. I mean it's just YouTube. Then okay. No. Uh, no, let's say. Oh, so yeah, yeah. So now what is going to? So I have YouTube here, and then I have different people publishing their videos. Those are called as publishers. So I see what's happening now. We have try to rotate. We have different people publishing videos. So uh, these are all publishers, like people who are putting out. So there is nothing like channel which has come. So I just have publishers. No, let's get rid of this. See. So you have one, you have two, and you have one more, right? So basically, all I have is publishers, and then I just have publishers who are putting YouTube videos, right? Now, YouTube is going to keep a track of. So YouTube is what YouTube is going to do here. So YouTube here is going to, for each publisher, I'm going to keep a track of subscriber. It's in bare metal. Okay, so this is being kept by YouTube. Okay, so yeah, the move. So when yeah, the YouTube will do that publisher to subscriber mapping. Which subscriber is linked to which channel? Am I correct? So in oh no, not publisher channel. What I'm trying to say is uh, so YouTube will keep that mapping, right, of the publishers and the subscribers. Okay. Yeah, who is so the publisher is nothing but my channel. You can say so the publisher is nothing. So the publisher can be considered as a channel, right? You have a publisher is equivalent to, this is equivalent to channel. Now YouTube is tracking publisher and its subsequent each channel, right? So each channel has an in-memory list of subscribers. Now what if, so let's see when it is going to explode. Uh, Now what if we say YouTube has to keep a track of 1 million? Okay, so first what YouTube needs to check is which publisher has published the channel. So in bare metal is, if you're using bare metal, then YouTube has to first check who published the video and notify all its subscribers included. Okay, YouTube has to maintain the list of publishers who who publish something. Once that is done, notify the subscribers that publisher. But then we need the updated list, right? So we need the updated list. Not suppose if someone unsubscribes in between, then he shouldn't be updated. So, and there is one more thing we need to do, right? Maintain the updated list of subscribers. I need this thing. I need this list to be present as well. Okay. Now imagine YouTube doing all this for us. It's for one person. It's going to be a small thing, right? What if it increase this to say, for example, 1 million, maybe 100,000 million billion? Now YouTube will crash, right? Eventually. So now what we are going to do is we need to decouple something. That means we shouldn't we don't want YouTube keep a track of everything. The bigger problem that you see in this architecture here is YouTube has to maintain everything. This. Who is the publisher? It has to perform the logic. We don't want that, right? And what if a new subscriber adds in? Again, YouTube has to maintain that logic as well. Now, what are we going to do here to have this thing decoupled? The first thing that we need to decouple is this thing, the YouTube subscriber relationship, right? That means, and so this is going to be common, right, for all. What if we try to use inheritance? So then uh, there are two ways to have a common functionality implemented, right? Using inheritance. One is using inheritance in observer, and the other is using interface. So we'll see what do we do when we do inheritance. Now what is going to happen is we are going to have a base class only using full inheritance. Let's see what is going to happen. There is no code reusability as well, right? Because every publisher is going to have the same thing. That is going to be, so looping is something that is going to be problem, right? Okay, so the problem, uh, here we are assuming that the mere notification method is same, right? In the bare thing. So now what we do is, how do you build this code? Let's make a list of people. Okay, so now what we do is something else. What we are going to do, let's say, uh, so each subscriber. So what we are going to first change is, instead of YouTube keeping a track how each person is wants the notification thing, let the subscriber handle himself. Right. So the open close principle is getting going to get. Okay, so there is one more thing. Now, here we assume that it's a common notification mechanism. What if different people have different mechanism of notification? Now, the other problem is we need to keep a track of this as well. Who is having what notification status? Eventually, we'll end up into that if else problem, right? So, then what we will do is we'll say let the subscriber decide how they want to be notified. So the subscriber is going to say how I want to notified. mm, okay, one thing is subscriber. Okay, so basically I'm going to have a random interface of notification here. This is not, but then again, if I make this inheritance, then it's going to be a problem because not all subscriber want all tabs. Then we come into that list cost substitution thing. So I have this interface and it will dependent upon the subscriber, right? If this guy wants, I'll be having different what do you say, contracts present here. For example, SMS, uh, email, or then in-app. Oh, that is like push, in-app or push. But isn't this going to violate interface segregation? So even if I just have this thing, we are having so many interfaces, all these contracts, but then the subscriber doesn't want to implement, right? You want the specific one. Okay, let's see. If you have an interface, uh, and then we run into interface segregation, right? So we are going to land up there. Yeah, this is going to violate ISP. So we cannot have all of the notifications in one. Let's first take care of this subscriber to notification relationship. Now, what we should do is we should split them into smaller interface. Now, by what he's saying is, okay, the subscriber will have some. So now this is first is basically we are dealing with how multiple methods of notification to subscriber relation. Now what we say is the subscriber will specify which the subscriber at runtime will specify what I want, like how should I receive the notification. And then I'm going to have smaller interfaces blocks. Okay, that is good. So I have gotten rid of let's control Z. Do I don't know how many times I pressed it. Yeah. The subscriber is, so this is going to be my SMS thing. So this is my SMS. Then this is notification. So, oh, this is my email. Then this is text. And then I'm going to say push or app in-app notifications. Okay, so this is basically the subscriber will specify how I want the notifications to come through. So one thing is basically handled is notifications. Oh, yeah. So then if the problem is what if a subscriber needs also, I can easily combine them. So then you have a super subscriber that has all of them inside it. So what if there is a super subscriber person who wants everything in life, not happy with small things. Okay, so this is my super subscriber. Yes, come in here. Okay. Now in this, all of the three interfaces will be present, right? So there's no need to worry. The first thing that I have taken care is of subscriber to notification is not taken care of. Subscriber and notification, that is taken care. Now worry. Now this is one logic that has been cleared out. The other thing that I need to care is how is my channel going to uh, like how am I going to keep a track of my channel and observers. So there's one more thing that we need to keep a track of right now. mm, Now I have that channel to subscriber. How am I doing that, or how can I do that? One is that um okay, now that update job is of subscriber, we have left it to that person. Now I need to build this thing. This is my channel. This is my, so I'm in that relationship now. How am I going to keep a track of which channel is my which subscriber or which publisher subscribe to? This, how should I keep a track of this? Okay, so create subscriber, that is okay. Now what he's saying is uh, now only this channel should have the access to the subscribers as well, right? Now in my channel, yeah, but then if you go to a subscriber, subscriber has two things: a name and his representation, right? So what is the name? His name. This is my subscriber name, and then whether was he notified or not, that status. This notify will then again split to this thing, right? What methods am I going to use? Okay. So okay, this is the actual user who is going to implement this subscriber thing, and okay, so the array of subscribers is going to be present in here. So first is basically I'm going to have that array. The moment I get a new member coming, I'm going to update this array. That is okay. Then what do we need? Then we need something else. Okay, so the main channel also has to have a facility to upload, right? The moment that upload is completed, oh, let's see upload. So I'm uploading has to notify and then complete upload. Okay, this is cool. Now there is something that I'm not that I'm missing, I guess. But if I have so many methods in one thing, am I not? Uh, doesn't this break single? Even my SRP is getting broken because if I have all this array, it does violate SRP, right? It should only do one thing. So ideally, we won't have all of these in one thing. We would delegate this to different. If I do this, then I'm violating SRP here. So then this is not a good approach. I would have different delegation to do. Okay, that is taken care of. Mm, now where am I? I'm over here. I'm going to create a new. Oh, this is my user subscribe. This is the actual subscriber who is subscribing to, right? This is my actual actual person who is subscribing, and then he's updating this thing, right? And then what am I passing is okay, how am I linking that channel to? Oh, so what I'm going to do is, so once I've created the actual channel here, I'm going to pass that object to this method. So this is going to take an this is going to have in the method that keeps a object tracking as well. I'm going to have object tracking in place here. Oh no, I'm going to pass the instance. So pass the uh, instance of the actual class. So that actual person is getting passed in here. So I'm passing this thing here. This has the array. This has in notify. So now how is this notify? So when I go to this notify, oh, I'm going to call in with the, so this method is going to notify is going to have two things here. First is it's going to, okay, instead of I'm not looping through now. So what I'm doing here is uh I'm basically passing the instance of the subscriber. So I'm storing all the instance of the subscriber in an array, and then I'm just calling that update method, and then it's going downward. Am I? Is that what's happening? Yeah. So I'm just going to notify. This already has the instance. Oh. Then how am I? But I'm still looping here, right? I was looping in here as well. And I'm looping here, but in but doesn't that, oh, so that loose coupling is achieved. Okay, okay, I get what he's trying to do. So loose coupling is achieved by passing the instance. I guess. And not passing the concrete subscriber, right? Single responsibility states that it should have only one thing. Now that can be delegated, right, to someone else. The open close. Oh, we are modifying the original class, right? The moment mm, we are going to modify it. Yeah, the high level module dependencies. Okay, so what is happening here is in this our in the first, what if we directly keep a track of the subscriber, then there is a tight coupling that is happening that is going to spoil dependency, right? The channel directly depends upon the subscriber. That's a high level value depending upon a lower level value. So we are violating dependency inversion there. The second thing is now YouTube has to do two types of tracking. One is it has to update the list as well, remove the unsubscribed people, and also push in videos. So two SRP single responsibility model is broken here. Now, the moment we try to do modifications, open closed also gets principal. That is, we are not extending anything. We are just modifying the original class. Okay. So the way we did that is now instead of, but then how does the observer solves all of that? Okay, so right now but the array is still there, right? Of subscriber, right? That is violating both SRP and open close. Also, yeah, there is one this. Now this is not going to hold the I see. No, but when we are removing abstract, oh, so there is one detail about OCP. Now, OCP is basically when you are trying to modify the structure, it doesn't deal with data. Also, the problem that I have here is now if not only I have to loop through that array, but also I need to check whether it's an instance of what is the type of notification mechanism, right? This thing. Oh, so this is something that is going to cause problem. So instead, what we do is we remove that facility route. Like we don't keep it within. But if you use inheritance here, so if a subscriber inheriting all these methods, not needed, right? Okay, I got now what is saying. So the problem in notification system is multiple modes. Yeah, we need to support multiple mode, right? That is a problem. If you keep on adding, okay, so in bare metal, YouTube will track subscriber name, mode of notification, uh, and channel. So that what all notification is going to come. Oh, so this is not good, right? Basically, it is a scalability issue. First is it's going to violate solid principles. Is the moment we have that if else coming in, OCP is going to be. What if he deselects one and then selects the other? Okay. Second thing is the channel subscription, right? We don't want that YouTube channels tightly coupled with the subscribers. Okay, so there are two things. One is the notification preferences, and then is the subscriber channel relationship. We don't want both of them to be. We don't want the YouTube channel and subscriber relations to be very closely coupled. So instead, what we do is we keep on passing the instances for abstract classes, and then okay, so two problems are solved by observer. So one is notification, multiple notification management. Second is basically how are we going to that YouTube subscriber loose coupling. Okay. Now let's see difference between uh, strategy and observer pattern differences. Let's to try to let's try to draw some. Also the That if else is okay. Does observer use strategy? Also, it's built on top of strategy. That subscriber thing, the multiple notification strategy is what I'm separating out, right? So that is my strategy pattern kicking in. And then so the observer pattern is who is going, is that YouTube subscriber, okay. So tight coupling is what observer is. So he doesn't want that tight coupling to occur between uh, so it lets the channel only know the interface and nothing about how. Okay, so you can break down the observer pattern into two parts, right? So the observer is divided into two parts. Observer is observer is broken down into two parts. Like it has the main goal of observer is not to have the tight coupling, right? The observer should not be, I mean, my YouTube channel should not have more information other than the subscriber name and whom to notify. The YouTube channel should only know whom to notify, nothing else. Okay, yeah. That's all for this lecture. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.